Oh, golly. I still remember waking up in the morning and my aunt coming upstairs and saying to me, "You don't have to go to school today. Mom's going to come up and talk to you." And she told us that my father was cleaning his gun and it went off, and that he had died. That wasn't what happened. My dad committed suicide, and she just never talked about it.
Oh, I think people were much less aware of the fundamental great difficulties of mental illness. They were told that people had to pull themselves up by their own bootstraps.
Here I am, 75 years old, and I was 9 when it happened. And it still hurts. I wish there had been a genesis that I could have sought. And I'm glad there is today.
Community mental health center, like Genesis Behavioral Health, is really part of the fabric of any community because it's there for people, for groups of people. It's there when people are in need, when people are in crisis, when people don't even know that they need us. We're there.
Not that many people that we see in law enforcement have the resources or the ability for self-care or to get themselves the treatment that they need. Oftentimes, it requires an intervention from the criminal justice system. And Genesis helps us to deal with those people, identify what their underlying issue is, and then how to treat it, so that we can hopefully get them out of jail, because they don't belong in jail, many of them, and get them an appropriate course of treatment so that we can keep them in the community, make them hopefully a productive member of the community, and get them back to normal.
I knew that we needed help, and I tried for 2 years to get her help before going to Genesis, and no place could help me. She was out of control, so much that she got involved with the juvenile justice system. From the very first appointment at Genesis, we were getting diagnoses, we were getting counseling, we were getting help. They were teaching me how to follow through with making a parenting plan and sticking to it.
Working with Genesis has really impacted me because now I'm on medication for my ADHD and my ODD, and it helped me control my anger that I had before.
Genesis is a resource to ensure that that person has the support network around them, to make sure that that person is following up with whatever the recommended course of treatment was that brought them to the attention, for example, of law enforcement to begin with.
We have a very knowledgeable and hardworking staff. We work as a team. So as a physician, I'm not working in isolation. I work very closely with the therapists who work very closely in the community. They have input, they have communication with us, and as overall it's a much more effective treatment for children and adolescents.
And it really is about making a partnership with the patient to decide what's best. And as a result, we get the best outcomes.
She's done a complete turnaround. She is able to go to school all day. She's working hard to get out of the juvenile justice system by following her probation.
So now I feel like I can really go and actually do what I want to do because I know how to control myself. Most people in the world won't ever cope with all the bad things unless they make humor out of it, and that's what he did in his book, and I think that's how I'm coping with my grandpa passing away.
Today, there are 27 adults waiting for a bed in a hospital for a psychiatric condition. We wouldn't stand for that if somebody was having a heart attack and we said, just lay still, we'll try to find you a hospital bed and some treatment in a minute. We'd say, we'll get you the help we need. And people don't understand that mental illness needs that kind of help and that kind of support, and that it takes all of us to understand that.
Mid-State Health Center and Genesis work together by collaborating to take care of patients that have significant mental illness.
When I was diagnosed with paranoid schizophrenia, it was different. It was hard because I was hearing voices and thought they were going to hurt me, and I was hospitalized, and then I was sent to Genesis from there.
Genesis provides services that we can't do, and it's really on two different levels. The medical piece is medication management. Some of these people have very significant, complicated mental illness that require multiple medicines, and that's beyond the scope of what we really feel comfortable or trained in. The other area that they provide that we can is they're very unique kind of wraparound services that deal with the patient's local environment.
Life is good, to tell you the truth. Life is real good now. Now it is. Genesis Behavioral Health is a wonderful place, and great people work there, and they really do help you out. They ask me how I've been and how I'm doing, and they keep tabs on me. Now I'm not paranoid anymore, and I can function normally now. Not afraid to be out in public. I don't isolate myself anymore. If I didn't have Genesis help, I probably wouldn't be here right now doing the interview, you know. Wouldn't be able to have a normal life. Working on my driver's license.
Okay.
And getting ready for winter.
That's good.
Now I have hope that she's going to graduate high school. She's going to go on to college. She wants to work with kids that have disabilities. And I feel that she can really do that, and that without the help that she's gotten from Genesis, I don't believe that would have happened.
My hopes for the future for Genesis is that less people need us, but more people understand us. People who have mental illnesses can manage their illness, understand their illness, get treatment for their illness, and be back and contributing to society. We no longer hide people away in institutions. We expect people to live in their community, to have quality lives in their community, and to enjoy the things that we all enjoy, despite the fact that they have an illness that they're living with.
Well, my life would be like your Genesis. I probably would be, tell you the truth, I'd probably be institutionalized or worse.
Now I know what my behavior was like and how much I've changed because of going to Genesis, and now I think I'm actually gonna go somewhere in life